She stole every man I loved, so I gave her one that stole her life. Having a mother who got pregnant at 18 meant I grew up with a best friend who happened to look like a supermodel and had the relationship ethics of a praying mantis. When I started dating my first boyfriend Ezra, I was super excited to introduce him to my mother. But when I brought him home, Mom opened the door wearing her tightest red dress and introduced herself as my sister. Then she laughed when I corrected it to mother and spent the entire dinner flirting with Ezra. I thought whatever and decided to chalk it up to her being weird. But then 2 days later, Ezra texted me saying, "Sorry, I slept with your mother." It felt like all the energy from my body had disappeared. When I confronted my mom, she said it was just a one-time mistake and would never happen again, so I believed her. 2 years later, I started dating Stefan from my office. When I brought him to my cousin's wedding, Mom monopolized him all night with her hand on his knee. She laughed when I told her to stop and said she was just having fun. So once again, I let it go. And once again, she stole him. On our anniversary, I came home early with champagne in my hands, but found my mother in our bed sitting on top of Stefan. "Oh, honey, I was just testing him for you. Wouldn't you rather know now than after marriage?" she said, and I ran away. I moved 2 hours away and became scared of dating, but that's when I met Danny. He drew hearts in my latte foam and left poetry on my pillow every Sunday morning. We built a quiet life in our tiny apartment where my mother had never set foot. I posted no couple photos and made Danny promise to keep our relationship off social media. But at our anniversary dinner, everything collapsed. My mother walked through the door and took Danny's hand before I could warn him. "Hello, son. I'm the mom, the premium version of my daughter." That night, I shook in bed while Danny promised nothing would happen. Then 2 months later, I came home early from work and my heart dropped. My mother's car was in our driveway. I walked inside with heavy footsteps and heard them both through our bedroom door. "She'll never love you like I can, Danny." The bed creaked rhythmically while he moaned her name. I slammed against the door until wood splintered and barged inside. They didn't even scramble apart. They froze mid-act, tangled in our sheets. She pulled his Yankees jersey down to cover herself while Danny scrambled for a pillow. "This isn't what it looks like," Danny said. My mother just smiled. "Honey, you should thank me. Better you find out now than after marriage." Something inside me shattered completely. I turned and walked out as Danny called my name, my mother's laughter following me down the stairs. I couldn't eat for days and lived on my bathroom floor until my best friend found me and dragged me to her therapy group, where a woman passed around photos of a guy named Callahan, someone who had destroyed her elderly mother through romance fraud. That night,